music that honors God is going to bring you up the most. And not only within music that honors God, there are different songs and there are different melodies that are going to connect you more with God than other ones. Like, it's just true. I was listening to a song the other day. I love Afro Gospel because, you know, what's popular today seems to be the Hillsong and the Jesus culture and all that kind of stuff, which, you know, I don't trust these churches, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with singing their music and knowing in your mind that you are honoring God. And God will honor that, okay? Because he knows you're singing to him and about him. However, I was listening to this Afro Gospel song. It's called Onema, something like that. And it's so catchy. But when I was dancing in the spirit, so I was listening to this music, and I'm a prophetic dancer. I haven't really took it seriously or delved into it or anything. But when I was listening to that song, I just felt like God said no. I don't know if that person has sold their soul to the devil or, you know, what's going on with the situation, but God said no. So, he knows why. I didn't delve too much into it. I just knew it was not resonating with the Spirit of God. When I listen to someone like Paul Wilbur, like, my head just automatically starts lifting up to God. Like, it's amazing because the music he makes is actually meant to honor God and God alone. And that's the thing. Sometimes with lyrics, it can be all about you. But when your lyrics are all about God, you will notice the difference, because the angels in heaven, all they do is worship God all day. And so if you sit around and you worship God all day, even in your lowest point, you will notice a difference in your spirit, like I promise. But the reason why I like Afro Gospel is because it's just, I mean, listen. They try to take away my favor. They want to spoil my career. It's just so catchy, and it's about God. And, you know, there's some denominations that say, oh, you know, we shouldn't dance. That's out of order with God. But David was jumping around for joy. He was dancing for joy because of God. God gave us the ability to dance and to make music, you know, so that we can honor him with it. And so for me, I've gotten to the point where I'll listen to a secular song that I find is catchy. Say like, what's that Drake song? All I need is one dance, got it in my hand. And I listened to that song 3 times, you know. And I was like, I like this, you know, the beat's fresh, whatever, it's good. But then when I turned on my gospel music after that, I was like, this is what it is right here. And I can listen to that music over and over again because it's connecting me with the Lord, literally in the spirit. Like, even if I'm not dancing to it, it's still connecting me to the spirits of God. And I said this before probably, but Kanye West had made a video about the 808 beat. So the 808 beat is a frequency that affects what they call your root chakra or something like that. So basically it has the ability to arouse you sexually. And this is what they have in a lot of music, especially in hip-hop and R&B. It's meant to sexually arouse people because they want to keep the children of Israel low. They want to keep them sexually immoral. Like, even today, I was working this event, and this young black guy, you know, the first thing he says to me is not, hi, how are you doing? What's your name? Thank you for coming. Because he's working at the store I'm working at. I dropped some cans out of a case because the case was open in a way it shouldn't have been. The first thing he says to me is, look at you dropping stuff. And a lot of black men, they flirt in this way. And a lot of black women think it's cute, apparently, which is why he thought he could do it with me. And then there was another gentleman that came over and he apologized because he didn't put my product in the refrigerator. And I said, you know, I figured you weren't going to. I mean, it wasn't to even be, you know, I wasn't clowning or anything. I was just like, I'm used to that kind of stuff happening and it's not that serious. the other black guy, the first black guy, comes around and he says something else, like, you know, because what a lot of men will try to do is cut you down, and they don't necessarily know that they're doing it all the time. They're just, this is what they're used to. They're trying to be flirty, they're trying to be cute, they're trying to be funny. But both times I was just like I'm not showing any kind of emotion to you, because I know that you are trying to throw out some bait here. But I want to let you know that the way to get a female is not through cutting them down, it's through building them up. That is the role of a man. But in this music that a lot of the black community listens to, that's what they do. They cut down the females. You know, they brag about sleeping with this one. They deduce a woman to her body, you know, to her skin color. Oh, I need a light skin, red bone, all this. Like, what? This stuff only happens in the black community. I mean, I guess you can, in the white community, you know, they talk about blonde hair and blue eyes and all that kind of stuff, but you know, you see a variety of white men marrying a variety of different types of white women, brown hair, brown eyes. It doesn't matter. They essentially look at the person, they look at their body and how they look and all that kind of stuff, but you know, most white men aren't going to be like, oh, you know, I like blonde hair, blue eyes, I'm not going to date you because you're a brunette. Like, most white men aren't doing that. Where black men are like, I'm not going to date you because you're dark skinned. I don't care, you're dark skinned. You're dark skinned, you know. So, but they get this stuff from the music, and this stuff brings them down to a lower level, just like the 808 beat. And they're all about sex. They're like, what's the appearance of the girl? I'm just trying to hit. I don't want anything serious. And don't get me wrong, other cultures do that too. But at the end of the day, it seems a lot worse in the black community, because we seem to have single parents at a higher level. So one of the first things God had me do was get rid of music that I was listening to, because God was trying to show me how the music was affecting me, and it genuinely was, because when I took it away, it was like the integrity of my mind had completely changed. So, you know, that's why I'm sharing this, because there's a variety of different types of music that you can use to honor God. Afro Gospel, it's upbeat. You know, if you feel like dancing, listen to some Afro Gospel. I promise you will have a good time. If you really want to connect to the Most High, you just want to honor Him, or if you're in a place of sickness, listen to some Paul Wilbur, bro. Like, you will forget about all your cares and all your troubles, and your eyes will be directly on the Most High. I was listening to, maybe it was Elevation, but that song, Come to the Altar. And you know what? I've never connected with this song to the level that I did yesterday. And I think it was actually partially God, because I think I was in Planet Fitness and I was singing my lungs out. I was praising the Most High. And I wasn't even listening to music, actually. I was just singing songs, just, you know, in the shower. I was singing in the shower. And I started singing that song, and I think there was a homeless girl in there or something. There was a girl going through something. And I was in the shower for like a good hour and a half. And the whole time I was in the shower, she was there, like, also in the shower. And I'm like, who stays in the shower that long? Like, I knew she was listening to me sing. And I had stopped singing, and she was like, why did she stop singing? So this lady was listening, and I think God was using me at that point to minister to her. But when I started to sing that Come to the Altar song, I felt like my head lifted up, and I felt like heaven come down. Like, it was a legit situation that I had. And that's what you can do with music when, you know, you're in the spirit. And I think she felt it too, and that's why she said that, you know, keep singing type deal. So music is very important, guys. This song that I'm listening to is by Peter Gabriel, and it's called In Your Eyes. And although I don't think he's explicitly a Christian artist, I really feel like this song is actually about Christ. Just the words he's using and the phrases, very biblical phrases. You know, he's talking about the facade ending and the noise being removed, and God talks about the noise and pestilence that comes about in the latter days in Revelations, and that noise and pestilence is what causes people to fall away or turn away from God. And it's just a really amazing song to listen to. I think sometimes these artists out here, they're secretly Christian or they're finding their faith or whatever the deal is, so they make these songs about God, but nobody really knows it because they don't consider themselves Christian artists or whatever the deal is. So anyway, guys, get with some good music and start praising the Most High. You know, he said that put on the spirit of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Start praising him, because I know a lot of us are not feeling well in this hour. I'm not feeling well myself, but it's like when you start praising the Most High, you will break through any kind of illness that you're dealing with. And he loves that. Like I read it today, I think it was, in the Bible, where he didn't prefer sacrifices of animals. He preferred praise. Like, give him honor, okay? Give him honor, and he will deliver you. So you guys be blessed and have a good one. Bye.